Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another night here at ARCS Racing Network. This is SK live from Atlanta for tonight. We start off with our ARCS 3, our trucks. Then later tonight, right afterwards, we're going to move on to our ARCS 2 Xfinity. In the booth tonight, we are going to have myself, and joining me here shortly, Deplorable Me 44, or otherwise known as DP. Before we get started with some racing, let's go ahead and bring out our schedule for the rest of the week. Starting on Tuesdays, we have our trucks and our Xfinity series. Then we have on Sunday on ARCS Racing Network, you will catch A Squared, all starting around 8:30 p.m. For our racing coverage, catch Rick James at TV1 Mondays around 8 o'clock. We go iRacing and catch our premier drivers. A lot more going on in ARCS right now. That is just our broadcasting schedule. For those who are wanting to race in ARCS, I encourage you to visit racearcs.com. Tell your family and friends to check it out. We are be racing non-stop, but we are about ready to go live here in Atlanta. DP joining me in the booth. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good, buddy. It's going to be some incredible racing that we're going to see. It's been a while since I got to call one of these with you, so I'm excited to do that as well. ARCS Trucks doesn't disappoint. There's some new faces, some veteran faces as well. So there's going to be an interesting dynamic. I'm really excited to get to it.
Yep, we have season one champions between trucks, Xfinity, and Cup all in this race. We have past champions. We have veteran truck drivers and a slew full of newcomers to ARC. So I am super excited to see how this pans out. But of course, none other Boss E Geo starting on pole, DP. Going to be a great, great race.
Yeah, Boss edging out Crotum for first place. And so it's Crotum going to make a start here. I believe he's also going to be running the Xfinity Series race later on tonight. I think he's going to run full time in Xfinity. So um, Crotum not going to be a driver running for points, I don't believe, but definitely one that we look out for in this truck series. Bossy Gio is going to take the green flag. The 18 is going to be on the outside, SK.
Indeed, green flag flies coming into turn one. Look at the sea of trucks, DP. This is going to be an exciting race as they are already starting to bump and bang. A couple trucks stuck down in the
Oh,
apron.
yeah, big wreck back there.
And
buddy.
looking like a huge wreck. Not sure if race control will call out the caution for that one. We will wait to see till they get to the line as Boss E Geo tries to fend off that truck down below. Not sure who is. Oh, it's the 18 of Crotum. Indeed, they are slowing up.
Yeah,
So,
Caution's going to come out here. Sorry, SK. Caution's going to come out here for the first time. Weren't able to get that first lap in. Sometimes it's just some race jitters. But there was some good racing at this track just earlier when we ran some laps. And so this is going to be really good. These guys just need to settle in, get it together. I think pit road's going to be open here. We'll see what these guys decide to do with a half a lap on those tires.
absolutely. Just kind of giving the fans a little bit of your drivers here. Some trucks probably electing to go down pit road to make some adjustments. Some trucks deciding to stay out. But yeah, I mean, we've been off for what, 3 weeks, I think, DP? So, first race jitters back. Definitely was kind of expecting a caution. Wasn't expecting a caution first lap, first turn. But There's a lot of trucks here tonight. We're going to see some good racing. We're definitely probably going to see some excitement. And this is the start. I mean, got a bunch of new guys trying to vie for that top 4 spot, to try and move up into Xfinity in 2022. So this is their chance. We're going to have to see what happens.
Yeah, 2 of the 4 leaders decide to come down, 2 decide to stay out. The 18 of Crotum and the 4 of Ha Ha Boog is going to be your front 2 here on this restart. But now the 18 decides he's going to come down 1 lap later.
And so does Boog. Both of them decide to, looks like Boog bailed out.
Yeah, the Ford missed the line completely, and so he's going to have to continue around. I don't understand what happened there. I guess we're just going to see how that works out.
As we're pace lapping, I'm going to Jack FNT in the chat says caution lights are on. Yes, sir. Actually, we still are under caution, actually. So the caution lights are flying at the moment, buddy. Man, look at some of these awesome painted trucks, DP. This is just fantastic. What, 23, 24 entries this week tonight?
Sorry about that, SK. Had the whole mic muted the entire time, buddy. I was kind of letting you down. But I was just commenting on how cool it looked to see all these trucks out here. But that's going to probably present a problem in itself here because in this game it's really hard to get this many cars on the track at one time and make it work. But the 10 truck so far looks like he's making it work. TGM Beast, his first ARC start, is going to be the leader, the 88 truck on the outside. That's Term V, last year's Xfinity Series champion. And so, yeah, this is going to be some really good racing, the newcomer versus the guy that we know. So we'll see how this is going to work out. Looks like they're going to go green this time by his game.
New to the fans here at ARCS, but not new to me. I have raced with Beast on numerous occasions in Forza, was a part of the IndyCar league that we raced in. The kid is fast at everything he does. No doubt he will find his place here in ARCS. But the man, the myth, the young man named Term V, our Xfinity champion, is definitely going to give him a run for his money, as they should be hitting the restart zone here shortly. We're going to go back to green flag, DP, and I'm excited. I'm really hoping we got a good start for the fans to see. We're doing the rear chase, and you're going to see these trucks go into turn 1 from the driver's point of view, as those sea of trucks packed there are just all over.
Yeah, they're racing hard. It looked like the one got a little bit into the apron and kind of checked the field just a little bit. Those guys were able to get through that. They get through turn 1 and 2, go down into turn 3. Still a big battle here for third place. The 30 getting underneath of the one of the Hog. The 48 of Tri-Strand now in 5th place. They're stacked up, but the leaders up there are starting to pull away from the rest of the field, working together.
Absolutely. Right now, focusing on that 30 truck in 3rd place, as he is doing everything he can to fight off the 1, the 22 of Your Daddy All Day, and a handful of others. Man, this just makes me, we're only 3 laps in, and I am so excited for this season. I am beyond excited. We're just going to have such a good year, DP. Hopefully the truck counts just keep expanding, and, we keep this Xbox side just booming.
We 10 and the 88, seeing that pack back there just racing hard for 4th place. Now the 88 looks outside to try to get around the 10. The 88 going to be hard working out there on the outside. Is not able to stay beside the 10. But now they're back single file. That's given some room, though, for that 30 truck. He's coming into the picture just a little bit. He needs the 88 to step out just one more time. I think he's... Oh, big crash back there.
Big crash. Yep. Oh, looks like our president, El Presidente, got shot to the moon, and we caught it on camera. Can't wait to talk to him about that later. But that was a big wreck, and actually I was just about ready to say right after you got done talking, you know, you were talking about the 3 guys breaking away from the pack, and I was just ready to say, man, we've got 6 or 7 trucks underneath the smallest of blankets, and it turned into disaster real quick. Caution flag flies yet again, but not to, honestly, it wasn't to bad racing. It was just, there's nowhere to go when you've got 9 trucks literally on top of each other. It is just shows where the talent is equalized in certain spots of the track, DP.
It is very difficult to get these trucks around this track. This track on NASCAR Heat 5 is formulated in such a way that it's a bottom feeder track when you're on the Cup Series. These trucks are much tighter than the Cup cars are, and so it is a constant fight for the bottom. You saw the 88 try to go outside of the 10 for the lead, and as soon as the 88 got out there, he had a run, but the bottom just reigned supreme. So if you can protect that bottom as the leader or 5th place or whatever, you can stay in that position. The problem is what's happening to all those guys behind them. And so there's some give and take on those runs, and you just can't help it. You get stuck outside, and then you're just sitting outside until you can find a way to get back down to the bottom. So these guys got their work cut out for them. Track position is obviously key. Some of these guys who think they might have the fastest truck, they're going to need to get that track position somehow, because if they can't, it's going to be really hard to make good, clean passes.
Yep, absolutely. It is going to be very hard to make clean passes. I think patience is going to be key, and I think these drivers need to learn that. We're only in stage 1. We're only on a lap 11 of 19 of stage 1. But I would like to do a quick shout out. On your screen, ladies and gentlemen, is the number 40 truck of Boiled Ice. He was our season 1 of the year 2021 champion. He will be full-time Xfinity, and he gets the choices of 5 races. So good luck and congratulations to Boiled Ice deciding to make the first truck race to kind of show the rest of the crowd, hey, you know, this is what we expect. This is the kind of level of racing, and he's towards the middle of the field, so we've got a lot of talent here, DP, a lot of talent.
2 by 2, the leader was the 10 of TGM Beast. He is going to start on the outside here. Looks like that 19 truck trying so desperately to figure out who that is.
The 19, I believe,
like,
is Little Gorgon.
Little Gorgon is going to be in the lead here, and like we said, it's important to have that track position. He's going to start on the bottom here, and he gets control of this restart. He didn't get as good of a restart there as what you would like to see. The 10's going to be able to stay side by side, but alas, the bottom prevails. Even on this restart, the 19's going to be your leader breaking away.
Oh, and it looks like the number 48 of Tri-Strand. Oh, we've got a couple trucks spin it in the back. I know the number 48 of Tri-Strand, a Tier 1 Cup driver, caught in the middle of that. Not sure what race control calls here. We're going to focus here on the leaders. And I believe we are checking up yet again for another caution. I know COT Tommy was involved. Tri-Strand was involved. A few other trucks deeply involved, and not sure what's going to happen, but during this caution we are going to take a quick break real quick. I'm going to run the ARCS commercial, DP, and let's hopefully we get some racing going on. Still under caution, the 19 of Little Gorgon leads this race. But for how long? Only time will tell. Only a few more laps left in the stage, so cautions will probably be turned off when we go green here at ARCS on the Xbox side. ARCS 3, ARCS 2, and A squared at the stages and the end of race at lap 5 to go. We turn cautions off and throw them to the wind. So, need to get a proper lap count. But right now, Little Gorgon sitting on the pole. If you want to race in ARCS, visit racearcs.com to get all information of our current series, future plans, everything we've got going on from Xbox to iRacing. We do it all here at ARCS.
This could get good, SKD. The 19 of Little Gorgon's going to be in the lead. The 10 of TGM Beast on the outside. The 30, a newcomer to ARCS as well. ASAP Immortal on the outside, running a really good race so far. The 88 turn V on the bottom, but don't look now. The 26 of Glixen on the outside in row 3. The 17 of Ryan Pinnell going to be on the bottom here. The 19 and the 10 both get an even start just like before. This is some good restart racing at least.
Yep, good, clean restart. It looks like they're getting into turn 1 as Little Gorgon tries to throw a block, but there's too many trucks around him. Let's see if we can't catch. Sorry.
Hung out all the way, no problem. The 19 just gets hung out all the way. He's going to lose 5, 6, 7 positions on that exchange. Bad news for the 19 because now he might be hung out with some of those guys that got tires.
As Glixen tries to go inside to battle for the lead, Term V is doing everything he can to block Glixen, ASAP Immortal, and the number 10 of TGM Beast. But look who's up there. Our fearless leader, El Presidente, ARCS RPT12, and Bossy Geo trying to throw his name into the mix as well. This is just some good racing. This is the kind of racing that we were hoping for and expecting now that we've got the green flags flying. 3 laps to go in this stage, DP.
Cautions won't come out for any wreck going on at this point, and they are fighting and battling back there. But at the front, it looks like they're almost getting single file, but a big fight. Oh, it looks like some cars in the middle of the field get into some trouble, but up there up front, they are battling hard. The 88 of Turn V, I see on the outside of the racetrack. Now the 26 looks like a Glixen going to take the lead here. This is some really good racing there from the 6th place position. Just a couple laps. The 26 of Glixen is the leader.
26 of Glixen, last year's basically best newcomer, out kicking butt right now. But TGM Beast, the first ever start here, is being followed closely by Ryan Pinnell and Term V. White. This is just awesome racing here right now. The white flag is out.
Yeah, 3 wide for second place. This is going to make way for the 26 down the backstretch. He's going to have control here as they remain 3 wide for second place. It's a fight for second. It's not a fight for first, SK.
Coming around the bend to finish out this lap. I believe Term V got TGM Beast for second, but congratulations to Glixen for getting his first stage win.
Big field that we have tonight, 23 starters, and so far it looks like all of our 23 starters remain in the race. So shout out to NASCAR Heat 5 and the servers tonight. Hopefully I did not say that too soon. But the 26 of Glixen going to be your stage winner. An incredible stage for the 26 truck. He is super fast tonight. But you know, this draft can be the great equalizer, so he's going to need some help. It looks like so far going to have a new leader here at the front of Fournette in the 74 to 26 push to the outside.
Yep, number 74 maybe elected to stay out or just took maybe 2 tires. A little bit of strategy move. Will it pay off? Seems to be holding his own at the moment. Good, clean start so far, DP. Don't want to jinx it. But we've got some racing going on as they're 3 wide into the turn.
Yeah, the 26 got hung on the outside at the beginning, and that really put him back. Almost got in almost big trouble with the 22 of Your Daddy All Day on the outside. Now they're 3 wide again back here, but at the front, it looks like they're trying to get single file, those top 2 drivers, trying to pull away from this battling pack. The 17 of ARCS, RTP12, the 10 of TGM Beast in first and second respectively, but it looks like everybody behind them has started to get it single file here. This could make for some green flag racing here, SK.
Yep, they're starting to get single filed as positions are starting to untangle. And as you said, new race leader, newcomer TGM Beast up front, along with ARCS RTP12, and I believe Bossy Geo is now in the fight along with Glixen, and I believe that is ASAP Immortal up there as well, fighting for the top 5. Great racing going on. The number 40 of Boiled Ice has made his way up through the field in the number 6 spot as well. Great racing going on. We are lap 4 of 17, about ready to come to the close of lap 4. So this is just exactly what we were hoping for, DP, as looks like the number 19 of Little Gorgon made a move on Ryan Pinnell and gets around him for second place. Oh, sorry, that's the 18 of Crotum.
Yeah, great racing that we're seeing. The 10 of TGM. We're just going to call it Beast. TGM Beast, that's what it is. The 10 of TGM Beast now back out to the lead. He's another driver that's ran a really solid race. He's been able to stay up front. When you're up front, it's pretty straightforward to stay up there. The problem is that when you get hung outside, you see all these drivers behind the 10 are pretty much single file. Oh, it looks like Little Gorgon going to get under.
Nope, Crotum.
It's Crotum. Yeah, sorry. Crotum going to get underneath the 10. He is going to be able to clear the 10 here, but the 10 able to stay in second place, did not get hung out. The rest of these drivers are going to have to get single file, make sure they do not let the 18 run away with this thing.
Yeah, I've raced with B several times, and I think he can give Crotum a good run for his money, as you see is happening. But what's also impressive is that number 30 truck. You know, he is really impressing me with his first race here in ARCS. Great racing going on thus far. It is just outstanding to see the talent being displayed here in just our Tier 3 league. This is considered the bottom tier, but there's no bottom about it every race. I tell the truck drivers, we set the bar for the rest of the week, and here they are doing it again.
Yeah, very good racing that we're seeing right up here at the front. The 30 starting to lose some ground here. It looks like the 60 now going to move into second place. The 26 of Blitzen in third. Bossy Geo definitely a strong contender everywhere that we go, and he is starting to gain ground now on the 18. Sometimes you just got to get away from everything else, and then you can start to suck back up. But once these guys get side by side, they are definitely losing time. And so it looks like the 26 has also picked up on that. He's trying to push the 60 so they can catch the 18.
Yeah, definitely. This top 6 is the perfect hodgepodge potpourri of ARCS. Right now, one of the most winningest drivers in ARCS this year, Crotum, Bossy Geo, Season 1 A Squared champ, Glixen, the rookie of the year, basically, and two newcomers of ASAP Mortal and TGM Beast, all up there fighting for these positions. And it is just awesome to watch the racing we've got going on up here up front.
26 pushing that 60 truck as hard as he possibly can. He's got some help though. Looks like the 30 of ASAP Immortal still right there. The 4 of Haha Book. He pitted on that first stage. It looks like he's recovered nicely. A car way low on the apron. Hopefully that's not going to become an issue.
Nope, looks like he's staying out of the way. Good driving effort by that truck.
Now just a few laps remaining. Looks like they're going to come to 6. No, they'll come to 7 laps to go here. Sorry about that, SKD. Just a couple more laps, we'll turn the cautions off, and we'll have run a caution-free stage. And that's what these guys needed. They need to figure out how these trucks are going to work. Now they're going to have good information about their long run, about their short run, and now it's up to the guessing game. We see the 18 of Crotum. He's up front. But most of these leaders have not stayed up front for long. The 60 and the 26, they have not lost the draft either. This is going to be a fight at the end of this one.
Yep, and the 30 up there in third. But Crotum seems to be putting on a very smooth, flawless lead right now. Bossy Geo doing everything he can to try and get the run out as these guys are still battling for position. Looks like the 74 of Own Cornet, I believe that was the lap car that got in the way on the apron, and he is flying around. Crotum looks to be going down pit road. But Haha Boog makes a pass. Oh, gets a little loose. Gets into the 60. They were able to save it. The 60 still considered your race leader at the moment. Look at this 4-truck battle, 5-truck battle for the lead. Not sure what happened with Crotum, but oh, Boog spinning into the pits, got a couple trucks. Glixen was involved. Unfortunately, cautions are off.
No idea what happened in that exchange there, SKD. A whole bunch of confusion about maybe who was coming down pit road and who was not. These trucks are really, really low on tires. And so maybe there's a situation where they can't all make it. Not quite sure, but the 26 of Glixen way up into the wall and super slow. This is going to be bad news for him in this race.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get a confirmation on who our race leader is. And I believe that is the 10 truck of TGM Beast. We're going to pull up him and ride along with our race leader as we should be coming to the end of the stage as ARCS RTP12 Ryan Pennell takes the lead away from TGM Beast.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, no, he is being scored as the leader. Ryan Pennell leading this race. 1 lap to go. Right now it goes Ryan Pennell, TGM Beast, and COT Tommy, your top 3 in this first stage. Looks like quite a bit of trucks may have went a lap down into this. Boiled Ice makes his way up to the 3rd spot around COT Tommy. And it looks like he's going to go around Beast as well. I think Beast is just trying to conserve and make it to the end. But congratulations to Ryan Pennell for his Stage 2 win. After a bit of confusion and a lot of mayhem. Your top 5, yeah. Ryan Pennell, Boiled Ice, COT Tommy, TGM Beast, and Little Gorgon round out your top 5, DP.
Yeah, incredible. Looks like it turned into this crazy fuel-saving thing. I think some guys were maybe a lap and a half short. When the 17 went around the 10 so quickly, I thought, well, the 17's obviously pitted. He's on new tires. But it looks like the 17 saw that coming. He saved enough gas. You got to be smart enough to look up and see that, because especially when somebody like Ryan Pinnell or COT Tommy, and of course Boiled Ice, he saw that too. Some of these guys, they knew that it was coming, and you got to make sure that you check that out, because if you don't, you're going to be the guy at the end of the stage going 50 mile an hour because you didn't save enough fuel.
DP, real quick development here. Right now, we only have 7 cars on the lead lap. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If we stay green flag, fuel mileage is about 22 laps, maybe if you're lucky. We've got 26 laps in this stage. Here we go. Ryan Pinnell up front, leading the charge of this stacked field of trucks. TGM Beast back up to second. TGM Beast able to get around Ryan Pinnell. As you can see in the back, they are fighting for wide.
Big wreck. 51, Matthew 1177. He's way off into the grass. Another driver involved in the 99 of Seawolf. He's going to be involved. A bunch of drivers. The 60 of Ball CGO. Looks like the 4 of Ha Ha Boog. So they're trying to get it together out here. We're going to have about 19 laps to go there, SKD. But the caution will definitely come out here.
Actually, it'll be 21 to go, DP. About 19 to go when we go green. But definitely a little bit of a mix-up towards the back of the pack. You know, from nose to tail in this line, everybody is fighting left and right. But luckily enough, some of them lap cars are going to start getting their laps back.
The 40 of Boiled Ice has made his way into the fray. He's going to be in second place behind the 10 of TGM Beast. The more the 10 drives around this track, SK, I'm starting to think he might be the truck to beat tonight. We know the 18's fast. We've yet to see what the 40 can do with some track position, so that can always change things. We know the 17 of Ryan Pinnell. He's really fast as well. One car, though, going to stay out, SK. The 10 of TGM Beast all out by himself. He might be forced to come down this time. I don't know if he's going to like that.
Yeah, not sure. 21 laps to go. He's going to do everything he can to try and make sure he's got the laps for fuel. But, you know, we didn't really get any racing on tires, so you know his tires are probably still nice and good, but everybody else is probably taking for getting that half can of Sunoco. They're going to be on fresh set of shoes. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Can the newcomer hold off some of these other hungry newcomers and veterans here tonight, looking to make a statement of the first race of Season 2 here in the year 2021 at the Alliance Racing Championship Series, DP?
Great racing that we've seen so far, but from what we've seen, we know that anything can happen. The 10 is probably hoping to get a quick caution, even a lap at a track like Atlanta, a half a lap. It's going to be a big difference. The 18 looks like he comes down. He's going to continue to follow the 10. Not going to go green this time. It looks like we'll do another lap here. So we will wait a second to see what happens.
Yeah, and actually, so it's fun to fact, the 10 up front, we were just talking about the 18, and here he is. It's Crotum. You know, won an astonishing amount of truck races, Xfinity races, A squared. I mean, he has just been the man to beat so many times every time he drives up on this racetrack. But it's nice seeing him get some competition from some of our veteran drivers and our rookies. This just pans out to show what kind of a season we are going to see as they get stacked up, ready to go green. The number 10 is going to call the ball, and we are going to go racing yet again.
Keep an eye on the 94 truck. He's going to make an appearance here in this top four. He starts on the outside in the second row. Definitely one of those drivers that can be fast at times. Definitely one of those drivers that can make it hard on you sometimes. And so we're going to see how this is going to play out. The 10 of TGM Beast will lead them to another restart here. The 18 of Crow's going to be on the outside. The 40 of Boiled Ice. What is he going to try to do with the 10? So far the 10 gets a really nice jump. The 18 is able to dive down to the bottom right after the stripe. Gets in front of the 40. That's going to stack them up just a little bit, and it's going to keep the 94 on the outside. A whole bunch of drivers are going to try to get around him now.
Absolutely, as looks like the 94 has fallen back to 5th or 6th. I did have a chance to talk with Nick Cressy earlier this week and told him, hey, there's going to be about 20 to 25 drivers, at this race. Just get points. Don't try to go for the win. Just try to finish high. Don't try to get aggressive. It looks like he is doing just that because we've got a long race and every point matters. But the number 10 is doing everything he can to fend off those guys behind him of 18 of Crotum, the 40 of Boiled Ice as well. Crotum tries to make a pass on the outside. Looks like Ryan Pinnell is back in the fray, and that 30 truck of ASAP is back in it as well. Crotum takes the lead from Beast, DP.
Yeah, the 18 going to be out to the lead, and now the 10 is going to have a big fight. He stays outside. Is that going to leave room for somebody on the bottom? No. He's able to dive that truck down onto the yellow line. That should give him a nice run. He's going to exit just a little bit lower than the 18. They're chopping back there for third place. The 30 of ASAP. Now in third place, the 17 of Ryan Pinnell makes up your top four. They get single file here. The 2 of Tommy, or COT Tommy, he's in 5th, and they get single file out here. Let's see if they can chase down this really loose and fast 18 truck.
Indeed, Crotum has it on the loosest setting. When he goes in to make his pit adjustment, he makes it even looser. They are wrecking in the back.
The 88 of Kirby just barely gets by. The Hawk in the 1 does not. The 27, the 22 of Your Daddy All Day, and the 26 of Blitzen once again involved. Looks like the 48 truck is around as well.
Oh, poor Tri-Strand looking to just make some laps as a Tier 1 driver here in the trucks, and he seems to have caught every wreck so far. Let's head back up to our race leader as I will turn the caution lights back on. We are back up to caution. This might have been what TGM Beast was hoping for if everybody elects to go back down pit road and top off or get some fresh shoes. He's in a good spot. The gamble paid off, DP.
Yeah, definitely got to do what you can do to get the track position that you need. It's incredibly difficult, and then you get a couple drivers around you, and you battle for them long enough, you're losing everybody in front of you. They're wrecking under caution. It looks like the 27 got around there. Not quite sure what happened there, but pit road will be open. All these leaders are going to come down pit road. There's a few guys that are going to stay out. Not quite sure if they...
I think they're trying to get their laps back. Let me get up to them. There was only like 8 or 9 cars left on the lead lap. So, yep, a poor boy 52 was a lap down at the end of the stage. Muffin was also in a lap down at the end of stage 2. So it looks like they're going to try and get their laps back. So interesting to see how this goes on. Quick driver spotlight. Our lone wolf female driver at the moment, the number 54 of K Rexon, sporting a new paint scheme this season. It's red and yellow Napa sponsored 54 Ford. So good to see her back out and making amazing improvements as our rookie female has one season underneath her belt and out kicking butt. Definitely waiting to see how she pans out the rest of the year. Let's get moved up to TGM Beast as he will once again call the ball. Oh, so many Trucks fans. I am sorry trying to get through these drivers. I guess I'm just going to stick with Croydon for a moment. He's up in second, but TGM Beast will call the ball, DP.
10 of TGM Beast is going to be on the bottom, the 18 on the outside. We'll look at the 17, who is going to follow the 10 very closely. The 30 still remains up here in the top 5, Mango Green, but they're really stacked up here on the start. The 18 once again able to find room and dive it down to the bottom. The 17 graciously, I might say, lets him in. And so they will go single file here for the start. The 10 going to be on the outside here. Going to look to get a big run here in the 3 and 4. He's going to have the 18 trailing with the 17 right there on his way.
But right behind them, two good friends, COT Tommy and Ryan Pinnell in the 17. Definitely going to work together to try and take these two trucks down. But it'll be interesting to see as we continue green flag racing, still riding along with Croydon in the rear chase mode. As you can see, the sea of trucks behind him as well.
Into the 5th place position. He has the 40 of Boyle and Ice behind him, so he's got some good help. It looks like he's trying to get some draft off of the 2 of COT Tommy. The 19 of Little Gorgon led some laps earlier in the race, and he's having a really good run so far. A little hiccup right there. They're going to have to keep it together because those top 4 are really drafting hard. They're looking to try to pull away as quick as they can.
That indeed. The 4 are in single file formation. 8 laps remaining. So 3 more laps, and we are going to take that caution flag and throw it out the window. And this is where it's going to boil down to who's got the truck. DP. Tires are looking good. Feels looking good on a lot of these trucks. So it's going to be interesting to see if TGM Beast can hold off 3 very hardy and seasoned veterans behind him.
Yeah, he's going to have to beat out the 18 who takes the outside. The 10's going to be on the bottom. The 10 will have the preferred lane here going in. The 18's really going to have to send it around this corner, try to get a nice run. The 10 almost was able to get around him, but they stay side by side as they come to the line. It's going to be 7 laps remaining in this race. The 10 with a little shot there with the 18. That's going to get him out of the groove. He's going to have to redo it again.
Indeed. And a quick shout out to Rick James TV1, our great friend, for sharing our stream. You are watching our ARCS 3 trucks on the ARCS Racing Network. Coming later this evening, we are going to be doing ARCS 2 Xfinity DP. Can't wait to call my first Xfinity race. So it is going to be exciting now that we are doing a doubleheader Tuesdays. But the story right now, the number 10 of TGM Beast, trying to do everything he can to fight off a man who is no stranger to the winner's circle. It's Croydon. Then we've got Ryan Pinnell, ARCS RTP 12, and COT Tommy in 4th as these trucks come to the start finish line.
Yeah, and this is going to get really, really interesting because the 10, 4 laps to go, and he's got a job to do. He has got to guard the bottom with his life. He can't touch the apron in the corners, and he's got to stay on the bottom. The 18 desperately wants inside, and he'll do everything that he can. The problem with that is as you guard the bottom as the leader, you are slowing the field down. It's going to pack him up, but it looks like the 18 was able to get around the 10. Now the 18 has to do the same thing. He cannot run the line that he really wants to, because if he gives the 17 the bottom, it's going to get the 17 around. This is going to be really good racing as we come to 2 to go when they cross the line.
2 to go indeed. Right now it goes, it's Produm, Ryan Pennell, COT Tommy, and TGM Beast rounding out your top 4, as looks like it's Produm continues to motor down this beautiful straightaway here at Atlanta. 2 laps remaining, DP. What do we have in store? Because my goodness, it could be a nail biter.
The 17 gets a little bit tight there in the middle of the corner, and that's going to back them all up from the 18. Now they're going to have to use that train to get some draft from the 18 and try to pass him. The 18 gets a little bit loose there off the exit. 1 lap remaining in this race to decide who the winner is going to be. The 18 in first, the 17, Ryan Pennell running in second. The 2 probably too far out to make a run. Down the backstretch, what does the 17 have for the 18, SK?
Not sure if he's got much at all. He is getting a little tight, so he's going to have to scrub some speed. But if he can get that runoff, we might see a drag race to the start. And we might just see it, but nope, looks like he's running out of real estate. It's Produm takes the win. Ryan Pennell in second, COT Tommy third, TGM Beast fourth, Glixen fifth, Own Cornet, ASAP Immortal, Term V, Haha Boog, Boiled Ice round out your top 10. What an amazing race we have witnessed for race 1 of season 2 of the year 2021 in the Alliance Racing Championship Series ARCS 3 Trucks, DP. Here in just a moment, we will bring into our podium and we will talk with our drivers.
Crotum's back.
All right,
Yeah, Tommy's third anyway.
we are live back here at the ARCS Racing Network's podium. Fireworks are definitely going off after an amazing race. Coming in third, one of the veterans and owner slash admins to ARCS, COT Tommy. Man, there was a lot of talent and a lot of good racing. I know you're impressed with how race one went tonight, but top three is definitely where you wanted to be.
Yeah, Atlanta's a tough track. It's a one-lane racetrack, so a lot of beating and banging. A lot of beating and banging. I mean, I think I would have had a really good shot at stage 2 there, but it looks like they wrecked onto pit road with a couple laps to go and came across the track, and I had nowhere to go. But got third even after getting rubbed the wrong way a couple times. So I'll just note the good thing about that is we get to go into Xfinity right after this and have some payback. So it should be a lot of fun.
Definitely congratulations. And Xfinity kicks off, fans, in just a few moments. So stay tuned. We will be staying live. But right now, my good buddy Deplorable Meat 44 is now with our second place driver. DP, take it away.
Ryan Bennell, a good run by you. You just come up a little bit short. I know he was taking a quick break. Want to make sure that he's back with us. Ryan, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got you, buddy.
Right. Well,
Sir,
want
can you hear
to
me?
move on to the winner. Looks like
Yeah, no, I can hear Ryan. I've got Ryan.
Yeah, I'm here.
I guess tell us about your race, my friend.
It was a good race. Come home second. Crotum obviously very fast. I had a chance to kind of get up under his nose, and I just it's just not how I prefer to drive. So brought it home second. I unfortunately got into Tommy a little bit there. I totally did not mean to. I got him in the grass a little bit. So it's just one of those Atlanta deals. But good win to Crotum. I just nobody can seem to beat him. So he's very, very fast. But I'll take second all day long.
Absolutely. And after Xfinity, we'll talk about the talent and everything. But I'll go ahead and let you go so you can go ahead and get the ball rolling on that, my friend. But now to our race winner, a man who is no stranger to this podium. But Crotum, you definitely had a run for your money this race. A lot of good drivers here tonight. But you once again come out on top, buddy. Oh, looks like Crotum has elected to go ahead and start practicing for the Xfinity race. We'll probably get him in just a little bit later. So, fans, we will be right back with the ARCS 2 Xfinity series. So, please stay patient, and we will be coming to you live from Atlanta yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Right now, we have started qualifying, so racing will begin shortly. But up in the tower with us, I've got my good friend Rick James, our commentator for our Monday Night Lightning. And we're just going to kind of sit back and talk a little bit about ARCS in general and what we do here. Talk about fun racing right now, Rick. We've got so much going on the Xbox side, on the iRacing side, just a family mentality we have here.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. You know, we're trying to go 7 days a week here, which is it's a lot of work to do, but thankfully we love volunteering our time to make this a better racing community for everybody involved. Thursday Night Thunder will be back shortly. We've got the ARCS Unified Championship happening right now. The four best from A Squared, the four best from TNT, gonna battle it out for the Unified ARCS heavyweight division title there. That's gonna be incredible. Monday Night Lightning, as we just spoke, now on the second half of the season, round 6 next Monday at Atlanta. We were talking on the Green White Checkered earlier today. Ryan Pennell was saying that we've got Indy cars coming, we've got dirt leagues coming. There's so much happening, so much in the works. A couple charity events happening. There's just there's a lot going on behind the scenes and so much in the pipeline that when it does come out, it's going to feel like just such a great relief. All our hard work is going to be visualized and realized on the screen for us and for our fans.
Absolutely. And if you want to see what is happening here at ARCS, visit racearcs.com to get a fill out the application, come race with us, get all the latest news and series we are running. Like Rick and Ryan touch base on. We've got an IndyCar series in the works. We've got street stocks. We're going to have modifieds next year. We've got trucks and cup on iRacing currently. We're going to be bringing Xfinity into the mix on iRacing. We're going to have so much going on. Plus, we've got our Tuesday double headers for the Xbox side. So if you want to come join in, get started out in trucks, move from trucks to Xfinity, go from Xfinity to our TNT, our Premier Cup series on Xbox right now, or for 2022. This is just it's an insane growth in what we're experiencing, Rick, and it just hasn't stopped, and we are just having so much fun doing it. We've made a lot of new friends. Our bonds have strengthened. It has just been absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely. We've gone from the sports car world to the dirt tracks and back. IndyCar is I think the next big threshold that ARCS wants to cross as a group. We're going to close out season 1 very soon here. We're going to crown our first Alliance Racing Championship Series winner. It's what I love right now is that we're trying a little bit of everything. And it seems, to quote the great scientist Cave Johnson, is we're throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. And there's a lot that's sticking right now. The hard part is going to be at the end of the year, whittling down all these different competitions into what is best for the community and best for the fans that tune in to watch us week in and week out.
Absolutely. That's going to be the main part is what do people want to see? What do the racers want to do? We've got so many ideas. We're throwing stuff. We've talked about doing a mini GT series. We've talked about doing a mini V8 supercars. We've already done an endurance race for our Team Arcs Endurance under our belt on iRacing. We did our 4 hours of Daytona first of the year. In Forza, we may be bringing Forza back for a special race here and there. We've got all these charity races. Rick, you're putting on an MX5 deal coming up in September. We've got the Jingle Jam coming in December. This is just so much here to do. Not only are we helping ourselves, we're helping our fellow members, and we're helping the community around us, which is, to me, speaks volumes of the leadership we have here at the Alliance Racing Championship Series.
About to send qualifying now, boys.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
And Pennell letting us know what's going on here. No, there's a lot happening. We all, I say we all, most of us come from a NASCAR background, but last fall, ARCS dipping into the open wheel sector on Forza 7, we did the Winter Indy, which was successful. There were a lot of speed bumps, obviously, with it being the first open wheel competition we've tried, but we're learning from that. We learned from the color clash in February. You mentioned that MX5 event happening in September. We'll announce that in the coming weeks. But what I love is the fact that we all work we all work hard to make this come together, and it's not easy. Oftentimes, we'll be sitting in a room trying to bounce ideas off each other like an idea tank or a think tank, and we argue, we get heated, but it's all in the interest of trying to do what we all collectively think is best for the future of ARCS, and it's good to see our hard work start to morph into these championships. We were just talking about the Unified Championship that starts on Thursday, but let's not forget the ladder system, the grassroots effort like ARCS 2, ARCS 3. We just saw a great ARCS 3 finish in the trucks, where ARCS 2 is about to launch this race coming up at Atlanta, and the ladder system that we're building is feeding into this top tier that we look forward to every week. It seems so complicated because there's so many moving parts, but it's so sweet when it all just blends together.
It is, and it seems to have run off without a hitch. And I cannot fathom everything that has happened since I joined back touch base Winter Indy. I joined you as your race control. And then it has just been a uphill climb ever since at monumental speeds. I've been in a rocket ship, broadcasting now with the likes of you, Ryan Pinnell, COT Tommy, Deplorable Me, and we've got our own network. We've got, you and your immense amount of fans and followers. And it is awesome to see everything we are doing here. And I actually want to touch base on our schedule for those who just tuned in. ARCS 3 and ARCS 2, our Trucks and Xfinity League races on Tuesday. Live feed begins about 8:30 on ARCS Racing Networks. Sundays, A Squared will continue racing. We go back live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. For that rounds out our Xbox Series at the moment. TNT will be returning in just a few weeks. Not to mention our Unified Championship coming up this coming Thursday. Catch myself and Deplorable Me doing race 1 here at ARCS Racing Network. Then tune in to twitch.tv/RickJamesTV1 Mondays around 8 o'clock for our ARCS iRacing Monday Night Lightning Series. And that, my friends, is a treat. Some very class acts of racing. Not to mention you get the beautiful voice stylings of Rick James.
Please. Thank you, SK. Qualifying about to get going here at Atlanta. I'll let you and DP get back and get working here, but thank you so much for bringing me in. It's my pleasure. I love discussing the future of ARCS and what we're all building together, and I love to see the fans grow with us in that time. So every time we get to express how much we enjoy what we do, it's a treat for me. Enjoy the race, boys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, sir. Doing a quick commercial real quick for our race ARCS, and then we will be back with updates on qualifying, and then we will be going live back from Atlanta for our second race of our ARCS doubleheader. Our ARCS 2 Xfinity will be coming to you shortly. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Roll call is being taken care of, and we will be back to racing. To no surprise, it's Crotum. We'll start on the pole, but let's talk a little bit about Xfinity. So, our ARCS 2 is our second step up. This year, we've got a few new faces to Xfinity, but a few faces you are familiar from. The number 66 of Haha Boog making an Xfinity appearance. Boiled Ice making an Xfinity appearance, along with Little Gorgon and a poor boy 52 back to try and rock Xfinity for a second season. Term V, our season 1 of 2021 champion, making the start for this race. We've got a good hefty amount of drivers in the field today, 15. So this is a good Xfinity field here tonight. So definitely exciting to see, DP.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking through these drivers, a lot of these drivers have already been through that tier 3, so they're stepping up, looking forward to jumping up to the Cup Series. So definitely a lot on the line here, SKD. These guys are just one step away from being in that top tier, and it's going to be exciting. This is going to be a great season. The biggest field that ARCS Xfinity has seen in 2021. So this is going to be really interesting. These cars are going to handle a little bit looser. Those guys who were really comfortable in the truck race earlier, running those really loose setups, the car's going to be a little bit harder to handle, especially on the long runs. These cars will go a little bit longer on gas. The tires will probably last a little bit longer as well. And so they're going to have to stay out on these older tires for longer if we get some green flag action. Not as big a field as it was earlier, but definitely with 20 drivers starting this race, it is going to be a burner for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm so excited, especially since we moved our Xfinity from Friday to Tuesdays to run the doubleheader. So hopefully we will see a little more crossover and the fields stay semi packed and tight because we've got a lot of good drivers that
Did you get an
moved up
invite,
from the
SK?
trucks. What was that?
Did you get an invite?
Not yet.
All right, SKD. They have gone green. We're going to wait just a second to get these guys. Everybody gets their first race back. And so just a couple bits of difficulty right now. It looks like one driver is low. Oh, I bet you're about to receive an invite very shortly. COT Tommy has so graciously.
Oh, are you in the session right now?
Yeah, he sent me an invite, so I'm gonna get you an invite.
I'm in.
Sweet.
So COT Tommy graciously getting the invite to me. Thank you, COT Tommy, for sacrificing your first stage. But let's get to the racing action, DP. As we will be going back live.
Yeah, and they're actually going to run some pace laps. Make sure that the broadcast gets in, and we can see this race from start to finish, SKD. So they'll go green this time by. Should give us plenty of time to get up to where we need to be. But yeah, like we said, it looks like just 15 drivers are going to be in this field. And so there's going to be a little bit more room for these drivers to move around. Should give us some really good racing at the front. The 19 of Crotum is going to start this race. The 60 of Ballsy Geo is going to be on the outside. The 18 of Term V, last year's Xfinity Series champion, he's going to start in that third place position. The 66 of Haha Book in fourth. SKD, it looks like you have the screen and you have the call for the start of this race.
Yep, we are ready to rock and roll. It's Crotum, hits the restart zone, and we are green flag. It's Crotum and Term V, a pair of Toyotas right now rocking the field as these two go single file out of two and kind of try to escape the rest of the field, DP, as the rest of the field kind of follows suit. Some stragglers getting hung up top, but everybody kind of finding their spot on the racetrack. We're going to expect to see a lot more green flag racing this race, hopefully, DP.
Xfinity Series traditionally a very clean series. One word for the Truck Series last year was exciting. One word for the Xfinity Series was clean. So far, these guys are doing a pretty good job of keeping those cars straight and turning left. The 19 and the 18 now side by side. They're going to shave off some time to the 6 of Boiled Ice and the 60 of Bossy Gio, who's coming on strong. The 66 of Haha Book. He makes up that top 5. The 18 got slow and gave room to the 6. He looks underneath to take second place, SK.
The number 6, Boiled Ice, his first official start as a championship contender here in ARCS 2, winning the truck championship. So he got promoted to ARCS 2. So here he is in Xfinity trying to make a name for himself and continue climbing up that ladder. But right now, the 19 still up front, doing everything he can as the looks like the 60 was able to get around the number 6 as well. Bossy Gio now in second place, DP.
Yeah, a good move there, and now the 19 is still out in front. The 60 of Bossy Gio will run second, and the 6 of Boiled Ice running in third. Looks like those top 3 cars have got a little bit of a gap on the 22 and the 66. That's Nifty Agenda and Haha Bug. The 18 has definitely lost some ground, but it looks like those drivers in the top half of the top 10, they have got single file and lined up. This is going to be bad news for those guys back there still fighting.
Yep, as these guys have indeed lined up, and the field seems to be kind of spread out just a tad. Still kind of underneath a large blanket, but looks like these drivers are definitely trying to be patient, definitely trying to get into the groove of things, because these cars do handle a lot differently than them trucks. So they're going to have to do everything they can to make sure those lightweight, overpowered Xfinity cars stay planted on this racetrack without burning those tires up.
SKB, we are seeing the ARCS tiered system in action right now. Great racing from these Tier 2 drivers that we're seeing. There's some Tier 1 drivers in here as well, yes, but definitely looking at the field, seeing the guys that have worked their way up into this series. They're racing hard, and they're racing really, really clean. Definitely a big difference from the truck race that we saw. Yeah, a lot fewer cars, but there's something to be said for these drivers taking their time, being patient, understanding that there is enough time for the race to come to them. The leader's going to take the flag here with 9 laps remaining here in this first stage.
Absolutely, as the 15 drivers make their way, but the top 3 has gained quite a bit of real estate as the 19, the 60, and the number 6 of Boiled Ice. Right now, rounding out your top 3, all just kind of following each other around the racetrack, trying to break away. And I bet we probably won't see a move from Bossy Gio or Boiled Ice until maybe 3 laps to go in the stage. They're just going to try and keep pressure on Crotum, and maybe he might slip up a little bit sooner than that, but only time will tell, as that bright yellow 19 Toyota is still leading the charge. 8 laps to go.
The 6 content to stay behind the 60 there in third place. That could be good news for the 60 and the 6 both, because it's important that when the 60 decides that he wants to get side by side, that he can trust the guy behind him, that he's not going to try to pass him. And so we have a 3-car breakaway here. These guys are doing what they need to do, but trust the 60 and the 6 doing everything that they can to stay close to the 19. Right now they're doing a very good job. They're going to cross the line here with 6 laps to go when the 19 crosses that stripe. So after he crosses the stripe, they'll make one more lap and the cautions will be turned off, SK.
Absolutely not like we're going to need that flag. These drivers are very content and planted on that racetrack as it's Crotum leads yet another lap. But looks like Bossy Geo starting to move around the racetrack, trying to figure out where he wants to try and set up a pass at. And Boiled Ice literally tucked in right behind his bumper. So those two probably going to try and work together to try and get around It's Crotum. But that is no simple task, as we've seen all year long. That 18 car or truck or whatever he is in, or sorry, 19. He's in the 19 in Xfinity. My apologies to It's Crotum. But there is going to be no surprise to see him up front throughout the remainder of this race, DP.
5 laps remaining in this first stage for the 19 of Crotum. Was able to get that truck win. He's going to try to get this stage win here, but he's going to have to fend off the 60 and the 6. The 60 sucking back up to him. He's going to have to pick this time to make a move. Looks underneath. Does the 19 give him room? He does not. The 60 trying to let the 19 know that he wants to pass. The 19 being very firm and making sure that he stays behind him. It's a bottom feeding type of track, SK, like we talked about in the truck race. And so it's going to be really hard to get around that 19. They may have to, try some strategy or, some maneuvering. Not necessarily move him out of the way, but you've got to get the 19 to make a mistake here because right now he's in firm control.
Yep, he is definitely glued to the bottom, and we talked about Atlanta being one of those tracks where it's the bottom or nothing here. And we've seen it in the truck race where a driver gets stuck up top and can lose 7 or 8 spots instantaneously. So the bottom, like you said, is one of the most important lines you can have. And it's Crotum doing everything he can to keep it stuck down there, trying to fend off the 60 and the 6 both. As we come down the backstretch into turn 3, DP, final closing laps of this stage underway. It's Crotum still looking very strong up there.
1 lap to go here in the first stage. The 60 of Bossy Geo and the 6 still haven't figured out a way to get around the 19. Some lap traffic coming up here for the 19. Not quite sure if that's going to be an issue, but that car is really slow. They could be catching him coming into 3. We'll have to watch that, but right now the 19 still in the lead. 1 more corner to go.
Coming around the bend, it looks like Bossy Geo is just going to stay tucked behind him. Tries to make, nope, no move to be made. The stage has come to an end. It's Crotum in the number 19 Toyota, Bossy Geo in the number 60 Ford, the number 6 Mustang in third. I didn't quite catch 4th and 5th. I will try to get that reported in just a moment. Number 4 is the number 66 of Haha Boog and Nifty Agenda, rounding out your top 5. Ryan Pinnell, Term V Season 2 champion. Glixen, COT Tommy, Euro Daddy all day in your top 10 of these 15 drivers. DP Stage 2 is about ready to get started. Here we go.
Stage 1 went caution free, and those drivers used up pretty much all of their tires. Some of these guys maybe in the middle of the pack are hoping that we get a caution so that the strategy doesn't come into play, but it's quite possible that these tires will not make it the full green flag stint. So who can save, who is going to try to push. Right now, the 19 going to have to push all that he can to keep the 6 of Boiled Ice behind him. The 22 of Nifty Agenda, he's now made his way into third. The cars fan out on the backstretch, trying to find a gap or a move to be made. Now the 18 running in fourth place. Those top 4 have gotten single file, trying to break away.
Yep, unfortunately, Boiled Ice not Boiled Ice, Bossy Geo got into the wall a little bit in turn 2, so that slowed him down a bunch, and he is now in the very back of the field. But right now, it's Crotum in that 19, still trying to be challenged by the number 6 of Boiled Ice. This kind of brings me back to last season's truck. It was usually these two duking it out for position, and here they are yet again. But Term V now up into the bumper of the number 6 DP. We've got a trail of cars. Looks like these guys have got it figured out, and we've got some racing.
How to get around this leader. The 19 is so strong on the bottom of this racetrack. It's really easy to get the run. It's hard to do anything with it. Right now, the 6 of Boiled Ice has gotten up to second place. He's not going to have to deal with the 60, but the 18 is able to get underneath of him. The 6 just leaves a little bit of a lane. The 18 pounces on it. He is going to take second place, tries to sniff the draft of the 19. He's going to get a run here going on into the corner. Can he do anything with it coming out?
Could be a good question. You know, Term V in the 18, very, very experienced Xfinity driver, our season 1 of 2021 champ. So, you know, he's got it in him to do some amazing things. But right now, 18, the full-time Xfinity driver this season, is just rocking and rolling.
The 18's given the 19 too much room to use the line that he wants to use, SK. The 18 wants to force the 19 to enter low. The 19 now on the bottom. The 18's going to be on the outside. This is not going to go anywhere except for the 19 gets way off the gas. The 18 way tight now. He's into the wall, and that's going to break this whole thing up. Now the 18 facing issues underneath for second place. That driver's going to take the spot, but the 19 is pulling away quick.
Is definitely pulled away, and that is, try and get a good view of that driver. I think that was the 32, I believe. Indeed, it is Glixen, another newcomer to the Xfinity, up here to battle with the 19. Another truck driver who is used to battling with its Crotum. He knows all the tips and tricks. It's the 92. So it became interesting to see how this pans out as that 92 Camaro tries to find an opening and took advantage of Turn V, getting to the wall a little bit and slowing up the number 6 of Boiled Ice. So good racing so far. Glad to see the Season 2 rookies up here towards the front. So we've got a lot of racing left to do here as COT Tommy rounds out your third position. 9 laps remaining in Stage 2, DP.
And believe that these drivers are beaten up on these tires. Just a few laps remaining here in the stage, but that is a lot of wear and tear on these tires. The 92 of Glixen now has made his way up to second place. The gap between him and the 19 is all gone. The 7 of COT Tommy would probably consider this one of his best racetracks. He's ahead of the 66 and the 6, just barely running there in third place. The 92 still content to stay behind the 19, but that's what a lot of these drivers have been able to do, because as soon as something like that happens, there's a driver gets underneath and they lose a position. So they're going to have to figure out a different way to try to get around this 19.
Yep, and I'm getting pit reports that with 7 laps remaining, tires have already started to fall deep into the 50s and the high 49 percentile range. So they are
Oh, the
burning.
19 gets high. The 92 underneath the 19. So sorry. The 7 of COT Tommy makes it 3 wide for the lead. The 92 of Glixen is going to be the big winner here. He takes the lead coming to the stripe, SK.
Yep, just as I was saying, tire wear is starting to kind of falter, and looks like, unfortunately, its Crotum got just a little bit loose and had to go up top. And the 92 definitely makes an impressive move on the bottom, along with the 7 of COT Tommy. Two Chevrolets leading the pack now. This has been a awesome race so far. Glad to see the 26, or sorry, I keep saying 26, so used to call them in the trucks. The 92 of Glixen leading this race. The number 66 of Haha Boog trying to make a move on COT Tommy. And these three have just kind of checked out just a tad bit, given a little bit of space with those two going too wide. Looks like the 92 of Glixen's going to get just a tad bit of breathing room, but it's not for long because its Crotum is back into the fray, looking to make up some positions right now, sitting in fourth.
7 trying to still hang on that outside. The 19 looks underneath the 7 to follow the 66 of Haha Boog to take back over third place. The 92, though, loving this battle and coming from behind. He's starting to gain some ground on these drivers. They're going to take 3 laps to go in this second stage. When they cross the line, not a whole lot of time, but the 66 of Haha Boog is making up the gap now to the 92. The 92 is going to have to defend this position hard, SK.
Yep, 3 laps remaining as they are exiting turn 2. Glixen going to do everything he can to hold off Haha Boog and its Crotum. Two very fast, very good-looking Toyota Supras trying to hunt down that Camaro. COT Tommy got a little stuck up on the high side, got a little tight, and definitely lost a lot of ground. So it's going to be a battle between these three unless Tommy can make up some ground, with just 2 laps remaining, DP, as they exit turn 2.
2 laps to go in this stage. The 19, so fast, trying to make that pass back for second, has made up the ground to the 92. Now the 92 has to try to keep the 19 behind him. 1 lap to go in this stage. He's going to get his first stage win of 2021, but it's going to be hard. You got the 66 and the 7 behind the 19. They're trying to battle. So far, the 92 is looking good.
Yep, 19 back up to second, as looks like COT Tommy has entered the fray back for third. But Haha Boog is going to do everything he can to fend him off as we enter the final corners. The 92 still looking strong, sticking to that middle, but the 19 gets a pretty good run trying to get around him, but the 92 will claim the stage win. Great racing so far here. Wouldn't expect anything less from our ARCS 2 drivers. Congratulations, Glixen, for his first stage win of the season. Definitely going to be a contender for the Xfinity Championship. It's Crotum coming in second, Haha Boog third, COT Tommy in fourth. Twisted Navy made his way up to 5th place, rounding out your top 5. Nifty Agenda, Term V, Boiled Ice, Boss E Geo, and Your Daddy All Day round out your top 10, DP.
Incredible racing that we're seeing from this Xfinity Series. Round 1 of ARCS Xfinity, 1 step away from Tier 1 for these drivers right now. The 92 putting on a show. The 19, though, I still think he's got the fastest car, but the 19 is very good in clean air. Let's see if he can try to get back around the 92. The 92 takes the green flag. The 19 on the outside of 66 of Haha Boog. And the 7 is going to be on the outside in 4th. The 19 still side by side with the 92 coming out of turn 2.
Kept trying to get to the 92. As looks like he might be stuck up on the high side. Can he get low? But the number 66 looks to take advantage and does. The number 9 now up
Ooh,
into the
19 into the
fray.
wall. Oh, that's bad for the 19. He got into the 22. Some more drivers mowing down some grass. Not quite sure if we had any spins. I see the 15, sorry, the 6 of boiled ice. He's way down in the grass. This is going to be up to the admins to decide whether or not this is going to be a caution or not. We'll just have to check them when they cross the line.
Yep, unfortunate turn of events. Did see one spinning out of turn 2, but he was all by his lonesome. Yep, they are spreading out and checking up, giving each other some room. So for the first time tonight, and hopefully the only time, we will be under caution here at Atlanta for our ARCS 2 Xfinity. And what good racing we've had so far, DP. Plenty of lead changes, plenty of battling. This has been a night of awesomeness, and Atlanta has definitely proven its worth here at the Alliance Racing Championship Series in our second tier.
Pit road's probably going to be open at this time, and it is the 66 of Haha Boog is going to go down. The 18 of Turn V is going to elect to stay out, and nobody else does. This is going to be bad news for the 18. It is so important to have new tires, especially at a track here at like Atlanta. The 18 definitely a strong competitor. We're going to see if he's going to be able to hold these guys off on this restart. He is going to have control of it when we go back green.
Absolutely. As we're just kind of scrolling it through the field a little bit, watching the jarble of pit road as the 18 of Turn V idles, trying to save a little bit of fuel. Not sure who won the race out of pit road. That is the number 9 of Twisted Navy. There's the 1 of Your Daddy All Day, the number 7 of COT Tommy, the number 98 of A Poor Boy 52, and then another number 8 of Matt Chu wins the race off pit road, will be in second place starting on that high side, DP. As we come to the restart zone, let me pull for the fans, go back to our race leader, and Turn V will call the ball, as I believe, hopefully, we will be going green when we hit the restart zone.
The 18 gets a really good jump over the 8. The 8 left all by itself to fend off this hungry group of Xfinity drivers. Right now, he gets a little bit of the edge, but he gives the bottom up to the 66. The 66 hard into the 8. Totally uncalled for. The 66 going to want to get that together. They're beating and banging now all the way through the back as they try to get around the slow 8 car. That is going to definitely help out the leader of Turn V, who is up and away.
Up and away indeed. And, at first we were like, man, he's going to get eaten alive being on old tires and not taking any fuel or adjustments. But that little mishap has given him some breathing room. So as you can see, he's not really hugging that bottom line. He's kind of staying more toward the middle of the track because he's not really having to fend off any drivers. So he's entering just a tad bit later, exiting a little bit later as well to try and save some of his stuff but he's got some company already.
Yeah, those older tires will start to even out after a little bit, but the 66 now has caught up to the 18. Haha Boog going to try to look underneath, and it looks like the 18 going to give him the bottom. We could have a new leader here.
New leader indeed.
Yeah, he will clear that 18 of Turn V, but now Turn V is in a really good spot. He stayed out. He was running probably 7th or 8th. And like I said, these tires will start to even out. It was only about 2%. The 12 way down on the backstretch there. Not quite sure what happened to him. But the 18 way out ahead here. It looks like he'll be able to at least have a shot at defending this second place position. Good strategy called by the 18 in Turkey.
As number 1 and 2 have kind of given themselves just a little bit of real estate, not much. So they're going to have to stay on their toes, but they can definitely breathe a little easier. As looks like, I believe that is the number 8 behind them in 3rd. See if we can't move our way through the field here to catch up with that battle for 3rd. Sorry, that's the number 9 of Twisted Navy battling the number 7 of COT Tommy. 21 laps remain.
The 18 still able to stay in that draft with the 66 of Haha Boog and stay with the leader. You got another duo sitting back there with the 7 of COT Tommy. Looks like the 9 of Twisted Navy, and then a 3-car pack right behind them. So they're scattered out, but as they used to say when I was a kid, they have scattered out in bunches, and some of them have even paired off in 3s.
Yep, and correction, it's 30 laps to go. Right now, we still have 30 laps of racing, so we're definitely going to probably see green flag pit stops. So this is going to be interesting to see as we are right now watching the battle for 3rd. Twisted Navy doing everything he can to fend off COT Tommy at the moment. But the leaders have about a 2nd lead on the rest of the field. But that 3-car pack is almost caught up to those 2 fighting for 3rd. And it looks like, I believe that is Boss E Geo leading the charge in that 3-car pack with the 92 of Glixen. And I'm not sure who that 3rd car in the tandem is, DP. But we will get that reported to you shortly. But right now, the story is Haha Boog leading Term V by almost a good 2nd. But COT Tommy looks to get around Twisted Navy and succeeds. But in doing so, that 3-car pack DP has now caught up and has now entered the fray for 3rd place.
Yeah, that's a 5-car pack now, and that could be bad news for the 18. He needs to make sure that he can stay in the draft of the 66. The 66 out there in clean air, he might be able to kind of go on his own for a while. The 18, not necessarily in that predicament. We know the 18 is going to want to come down just a little bit earlier as well, SK, than everybody else did when they came down under caution. So that could be big news for the 18 because he's going to be able to short pit at the end of his fuel run, and that could mean big news if he can get out around the 66.
Right now, it looks like that group of 5 have decided to start battling instead of catching up to the leaders. You can see they have lost a little bit of ground, almost a half a second to the leaders, and the field is starting to jarble up a little bit as we're kind of watching this battle for 4th place. Wanted to see if they would get it together, but we might move back up to our race leader, the number 66 of Haha Boog, just trailing around the racetrack with the 18, just kind of following him beside him or behind him, trying to save a little bit. You know, I do know that Haha Boog might be a few laps down. 24 laps remaining, 9 to 10 laps on field DP. So we're definitely going to see pit strategy going to come into play.
Yeah, but by that math, these guys are going to want to save about a lap and a half per run to try to do it on one stop. The 18 is definitely at a disadvantage because although the tires have probably evened out, the gas has definitely not. So the 18 playing from behind here, but he has really good track position. I know we keep talking about the 18, or I keep talking about the 18, but man, when that strategy works out in your favor and you do something that doesn't seem like it's the right thing at the time, but then it works out, you look like a genius. And so the 18 doing a great job of staying right behind the 66, but the 66 definitely has a fast car, and he is pulled completely away from the rest of the field. And so this is going to be a battle here, and now we're getting about the time when the pit stops are going to be coming around.
Yep, 7 laps of fuel remaining by pit reports on some drivers. Some drivers are reporting that they are seeing tire percentages in the low 30s, high 20s. So now's definitely going to be the time to save. You cannot make these cars stick as much. So you kind of almost wonder if the 66 and the 18 are almost working together to try and save a little bit, but yet they're still pulling away. And you touch base on, if you do a strategy and it works out for you, you look like a genius. Well, I can tell you what, every time I try to pull strategy, I look like a moron. It never works out for me. So good job to it's Crotum, or not, it's Crotum.
Oh, the 18 hard into the inside wall. He tried to get on the brakes. Sorry, I'm interrupting you once again, but big action there for the 18. Tried to get hard on the brakes into going into pit road and smacked the inside wall, and that's going to be really bad for his chances to win this race, SK.
Going to be very detrimental indeed. Right now we're on lap 63 of 82. It's going to be interesting to see Haha Boog, the number 66, still way out in front. Let's get a change of a camera angle just to see how out front he is. The second place of COT Tommy is being reported at 1.8 seconds behind the leader, DP. That is a lot of breathing room. Haha Boog does have the opportunity to maybe start saving a little bit, or does he want to stay pedal to the metal? That's only time will tell, as they've only got about 3 to 5 laps worth of fuel remaining.
Green flag pit stops have definitely started. A number of drivers have already come down and got their service. The 92 down pit road now, the 1 and the 98, all three down pit road. The 66, though, SK, he continues to stay out on the track. This could make things really difficult for him, because when he comes out, he's going to have good tires, but all of that gap that he had is probably going to be gone. So we're just going to have to see how this is going to work out for some of those guys that came in extra early. The 66 continues to lead here in Atlanta.
66 continued to leading. The number 2 of COT Tommy able to catch the draft of some cars that's already made it down pit road, and it looks like the number 66 is going down pit road. Hopefully got it stopped down in time. Right now, COT Tommy is being scored your race leader with 18 laps remaining. COT Tommy will probably be going down pit road this time by. Right now, still focusing on the number 66 of Haha Boog to see where he comes out. The number 7 of COT Tommy now entering pit road by reports. 16 laps remaining. In just a few
44.
seconds. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. The 44 looks like he is being scored the race leader at the moment. Dirt to Daytona still out on the track, doing what he can to lead some laps. He's going to now yield down pit road. Every time these guys can stay out a little bit longer, it makes them able to go the entire distance. So right now the 44 is the leader. He will assuredly give that up this time around. So we'll give an update on the lap leader we get an update on the lap leader.
Well, currently it is actually showing now. Haha Boog is technically being scored in second, but he's about ready to come around that 44, who is just now should be exiting pit road at any time. Let's get a good camera angle. Bossy Geo being scored in now actually officially the second position. So Haha Boog still your race leader, followed closely by Boiled, or not Boiled Ice, Bossy Geo, and looks like the number 92 of Glixen, and it's Protum back there in fourth position.
And now the 66 can feel free to set sail. There's nothing behind him that can bother him, and there's nothing really in front of him for the time being. Maybe a car up there just in the distance that he might have to deal with getting around. But right now the 66 in great shape to win this race. We saw earlier the 18 was able to stay with him after that restart. SK smacks the inside wall coming down pit road, and that is big news here for the 66, who is way out ahead of the 60 of Bossy Geo. The 60 has some help, but the 66 is probably on a couple laps better tires. So that's going to be big news for him as he continues to try to pull away from this field.
At 66 right now, rocking it out. It looks like we've got a good battle going on for second, third, and fourth. Let's try and move to them as fast as I can. As Glixen gets around Boss E Geo for second place. It's Crotum looking to challenge Boss E Geo for third. Definitely some good racing going on behind, but these three need to kind of funnel into a line together and try to work to catch back up to Haha Boog if they're going to have any chance of winning this race. With only 10 laps to go.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys, they really want to caution. The 66 stayed out for an incredibly long amount of time. He came back out, was still the leader, and so those tires really helped him. He hasn't really gained or lost much in the last lap or so, so that could be something for those back four drivers. But, I mean, if they start fighting with each other at all, that's going to kind of run it for them. Right now, the 66 is all off on an island by himself. Just a few laps remaining in this race, and it will settle it. Looks like it'll be about 8 to go when the 66 crosses the line.
Definitely indeed. Right now, the 92 trying to fend off its Crotum for second. COT Time was able to make his way around Bossy Geo for fourth position. So we've got four drivers trying to duke it out for second place, but looks like they've kind of all started to funnel in a line, maybe trying to track down that 66 of Haha Boog. As we're at lap 75 of 82, coming to the lap 76. So here pretty soon, cautions will be turned off in just a few laps. DP as, ooh, not sure if we're about ready to start running into traffic up there with the 66. I think there might be a slow car right in front of him, but I really don't want to pull away for this battle of second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, the 66 still off by himself. There's a car up there just a little bit, but it looks like those top three drivers might be trying to catch up to him just a little bit. We'll continue to watch this, but they're definitely in the draft just a little, and we'll see if they can catch up to the 66. Very few laps remaining. It looks like they have just taken 8 laps to go, so a few more laps here, cautions will be turned off, and I think that's what these guys really, really want. Looks like the 66 is really, really slow. Not quite sure what happened there, but the 66 definitely had an issue. The 92 of Glixen looks like he was able to get around him.
Yep, the 92 of, look, running into some slow cars down on the apron. Oh, collects Tommy just a little bit. Not sure what has happened. but lap 78 of 82 now in the works. The number 92 of Blixen, now your race leader. Or sorry, no. Haha Boog is still in the lead.
Yeah, I think we have some lag issues from the 66 of Haha Book. And that's probably really unfortunate because there was some drivers that really got into that. Not quite sure if that's a server issue or what, but the 66 continues to lead this race. It'll be about 3 laps to go when they cross the line.
Cautions right now officially turned off last lap, so it is a free-for-all as the number 66 starts to catch up to a lap car, but will that check them up just enough for the 92, the 18, and the 7 to try and catch back up? But they are still almost 2 seconds behind the race leader as he's showing pure dominance and putting a clinic on.
Yeah, just a couple laps remaining here. It'll be 2 to go when they cross the line. The 66 has all but got this thing won. We'll watch to see if he has any more lag or any issues at the end of this one.
Yep, 2 laps remaining. Haha Boog up front. But the story still continues. These three battling for second and third. But let's actually move and try to get a good view of Haha Boog as he is caught lap traffic gliding along in the rear chase cam of the 92. Seeing if he can try and make up some ground as that 66 is tailing a lap car and going way high.
It's the 12 of Ryan Pinnell. Probably just kind of riding around. We'll see if he tries to stay in front of the 66. He does not. The 66 able to get underneath him just a little bit. He's going to have the line. He'll be able to get around this driver, but no race for this win here. The 66 of Haha Boog is going to win it.
As they come to the checker flag, 66 of Haha Boog, the 92 of Blixen, and the 19 of Crotum meets the podium. COT Tommy missing it just by an inch. Twisted Navy in fifth. Bossy Geo, Boiled Ice, Your Daddy All Day, Nifty Agenda, and Dirt to Daytona round out your top 10. And the conclusion of our ARCS doubleheader has come here as we will bring out our podium. And in just a few moments, we will bring in our race winners and get those folks to the podium.
Um,
Live back from the podium. Unfortunately, two of the three drivers had mic issues, so it's Cronum will not unfortunately get his interview in tonight, but congratulations on a third place finish. Now we will bring up our second place driver. Last season, I called him the newcomer, but now he is settled into ARCS very well, doing amazing in the truck race, and his first official start as a championship contender for the Xfinity Points Series. Glixen, wow, what a good race, finishing second. This is exactly what you need to try and get a championship under your belt and maybe move up into Tier 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really glad the race went the way it did. I was hoping that maybe we could have had something for Boog there at the end, but strategy really played in his favor. And then out of one of the corners right on my outlap, I kind of plowed tight and wanted to miss the wall so I wouldn't get damaged. So that kind of slid me up a little bit, but he played his cards perfectly, and I just tried to hang in there. I feel like if we were a little bit closer exiting together off of pit road, I might have had a shot if I stayed in his draft, but he was on rails and definitely had the pit strategy down. So congrats to him, and it's great to be back. I'm glad we're racing again.
Definitely glad to be back, and definitely be glad to be back in the podium. So unfortunately, I can't call you the newcomer anymore. So now you're just going to be Glixen for the rest of the season. But glad to see you making great strides here in the Alliance Racing Championship Series, and can't wait for next Tuesday for the doubleheader. Congratulations to our race winner, Haha Boog, for winning race 1 of season 2 of our 2021 year here at the Alliance Racing Championship Series. DP, what a night we've had tonight, buddy. What a night.
Great racing, two different series, the same track, the same night. Um, Different personalities to both series, different types of races, I think, on both sides. And so this is going to be really interesting to see how the different tracks work out this season and these double headers. Yeah, I'm really excited for the rest of the season based on what I saw tonight.
Definitely indeed. And next week we will have a little bit more filler for the in between the trucks and the Xfinity race. But real quick, gonna pop up the schedule before we call it a night. ARCS 3 and ARCS 2 can be found here Tuesdays, ARCS Racing Networks on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Pre-race show starts around 8:30 p.m. On Sundays, catch me live again at ARCS Racing Network for our A Squared. Coming soon, TNT will make a return to the track. Hopefully, we'll get the dates posted and get back to racing. But until then, also catch Monday Night Lightning, our iRacing Premier Cup Series at twitch.tv/RickJamesTV1 at 8 o'clock for our Monday Night Lightning iRacing series. If you plan on racing with ARCS or just want to see what's going on, be sure to check out racearcs.com for all of our latest info. Our new series coming in 2022, our current series here in 2021, driver infos, driver social medias such as Instagrams, Twitch accounts. Catch it all at racearcs.com. This is SK alongside my great friend DP signing off here at another amazing night at ARCS Racing Network.